as we go through. But let me pick it. I mean, we done rocked out a good conversation. I just want to know, in times like these, a lot of people ask us, and I'm going to just counter myself, man, why y'all don't go to the doctor?
Man, look, I go to the doctor.
Black men. He's talking to black
men.
Yeah, look.
Black men.
Why you won't go to the doctor?
I'll go. I don't miss my doctor's appointment.
I can't miss mine, man. I got colon cancer in my family, man. I go now I'm every 3 years for colonoscopy.
So I'm going next year. I got another one next year coming up.
You mean full physical?
I get a physical every year.
I get that every year. I get a physical every year.
Yeah. No, listen.
My blood?
No, it ain't, no, not even close. I gotta watch your ass because you every time I eat, you think you supposed to eat.
I'm gonna eat when you eat.
Biggest,
you say you go
biggest
to the doctor.
bluffer in the world.
How long your shoulder been hurting?
Ooh, shots fired.
Oh, that's what we doing.
I'm just asking the question.
Shots fired.
I'm just asking the question.
Dang, go get them kids.
I know.
They shooting outside. They shooting again. Go get the kids. Put the kids in the house.
Let me get Twinkie. I told her I'm gonna eat.
Oh Lord,
I got my physical coming up next month. Mm-hmm. That's when we get my shoulder looked at.
Ask him how long his shoulder been hurting.
I can't ask him that because mine's the same way, player.
So why y'all don't go to the doctor?
I have.
Oh, and?
Oh, boy.
I have. He told me what's wrong with mine. He told me what's wrong with mine.
Now, that
Ain't
for
like
me
you told me.
is not something that's,
Life and death.
life or death.
Oh, okay.
Now, all the other stuff, yeah, we got to go.
Okay.
I'm being in line. I'm open the door. I'm waiting on them. Doc, you need some coffee?
I don't have a problem
Got donut for you?
going to the doctor. It's something that we do. I mean, some people don't, obviously. I know my grandparents, they were what they call men's men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, they sit up there and hurt at night and all this kind of stuff. Oh, Lord, all this stuff helped them up out of bed. Boy, but they were up at 5 o'clock in the morning going to work, doing whatever they had to do, but they were hurting. I go to the doctor.
Damn.
Now, the problem is, hell, they tell you shit you don't want to hear. Now, that's a fact.
Okay, that's where you...
Even the smallest things, they tell you shit you don't want to hear. And I think that really frightens black men.
How do they tell you what you don't want to hear?
Dan, let me tell you something.
All
you
things
obviously
ain't
ain't been
good
to the
news.
doctor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
in a minute.
You obviously ain't been to the doctor when they tell you your prostate's enlarged or they tell you something else where you got blood coming out your urine or something like that. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying I'm in the medical field.
Right.
So I see this stuff every day. I've also seen...
don't go on a 5.
Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating.
Hey, he gonna put a 4 on a 5 and he gonna talk about 20.
He got caught. Hey,
Now look,
he's an associate. He got caught up.
You started talking about enlarged prostate. He got nervous.
Now run it. Now I'm gonna say this: when you go to the doctor, now just make sure if the doctor, tell you something bad and you got both hands on your shoulders, that ain't good, right?
Hey, now look, this is a hard and fast rule. If the doctor's in the lane for more than 3 seconds, that's a foul.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But okay, so here, let me give y'all mine because I'm pointing to myself.
Who played?
Yeah, because
It's mine.
There's some things I'm not gonna put you out here on Front Street.
Okay.
I'm in the mic.
Oh, you talking about like he put you?
Oh
on
no,
I'm gonna get in the street myself.
Well,
I ain't gonna let you.
Hey,
I'm gonna jump in the street.
not that some people need depends or anything like that.
Now I'm gonna say this.
Now we want to.
I'm sorry. I wasn't even going there.
He wanted to hit a little bit.
He hitting all on the ankles.
Hey man.
Hey, but I'm gonna say
I ain't
this.
say nothing.
Hey,
I'm gonna say this. Shut up.
I ain't pulling. I gotta take my shoestrings out of my shoes.
I'm gonna shut up.
G, you want to talk to me?
I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna say this. When one of these Negroes went to the hospital, I was the first Negro called. I beat up to the emergency room. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't know which one it is. Him.
Okay,
I'm not sure which one it is.
But
I beat that Negro to the.
So I'm going to get in these streets. I'm gonna get in these streets. But here we go. I'm gonna tell you the reason I don't want to go to the man. I just You just thinking of that copay, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Yeah, hey.
No, that's real talk.
All right, stop. Time out. Let's go back.
Hey,
Hold on, let's go back.
It's 80-20. 80
I lied. Lord, forgive me. I lied. See, I just said we're supposed to be our brother's keeper, and I just told y'all a falsehood. I'm kind of like my brother over here. Them copays kill me. You asked me about my shoulder. Hey, man, I know what's wrong. They told me it was $1,375 for an MRI. Because I ain't been by the doctor.
Man, look, and don't stop there. Don't stop. Don't stop there. Let's talk about the dentist.
Man, we ain't gonna go there. Some
I
of
go
that
to
stuff
the
is
dentist.
cosmetic.
I go to the
But hold on,
dentist.
hold on.
There's nothing
Let's go back.
cosmetic.
Hold on, I'm getting in the street.
Okay.
My copay. I got Cadillac insurance, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I'm struggling with, and again, I ain't trying to put my mama's a diabetic and I'm a diabetic, right?
Oh my God.
And G, you know this, Trulicity got a pretty good price tag to it right off grip,
I
right?
was just pushing.
Right. Trulicity. So Trulicity off rip, man, is $1,800.
Yeah, it is.
Wait a minute,
$1,800 for
wait.
some sugar medicine. And so I'm telling you, this is
$1,800 for
90 days.
90 days supply, playboy.
$1,800
out of your pocket or
out of your
Out of his
pocket.
pocket.
Ain't no insurance. Ain't
I'm
no
your
bumper.
pusher, man. I was just pushing.
So $1,800 off the rip. So why you want to get in that world?
But here's the deal.
That's unfortunate, but I needed
it's
to
a
live,
necessity.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
So I got to cut down. That's why I can't
play?
go to Canes as much.
It's your play.
I gotta
No.
get this.
Hey, who's playing?
It's mine.
Yeah.
But so that's the first thing for me that I really understand that. Oh Jesus! Wait a minute, let me go. Thank you, doctor. I appreciate you.
I think you
25.
played. No, I think you played.
No,
right here.
I'm playing. No,
Who
dog.
played right here?
No,
I did.
he did. Don't try to
did.
take it away.
He did.
You want him to lie like you did, but that's one of the reasons that I think we as a race of individuals
Hannah
because of
Montana
that
said what?
copay.
Well, on the truth, that is part of it. But again, because when you don't meet your deductible, you know what happens. Ronnie
Who you
Davis.
playing with?
Play with me. Jesus Christ. I had the last
Oh my goodness
Hey, man,
gracious.
nobody told you
23,
to-
25,
5. All I know is you won't win.
15, 25.
20.
10 and 9.
Nine.
You right. I
20.
Can't count. Something in my eye.
Now, something in your brain.
Something in my
You need
eye.
to go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor.
Huh?
That copay is a killer though. Because
But look,
but see,
hold on. I'm not gonna let y'all brothers off the hook. You go down there and you set up a payment plan. And you set up for 30 years.
hey, but this is the killer.
Hey,
Hey,
don't
pay $10 a
Go
month.
see the doctor.
You pay $10
But
a
hold
month.
on, hold on, Ronnie.
Hold on. We got a partner, bless his heart. He'd be here today if he went on to the doctor.
Right.
Yeah,
Kid.
yeah.
Right.
He had BP insurance plus he had government insurance. He didn't come out of pocket for nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't want to go. Put off over a year. A simple stint.
Yeah.
Here the other thing. So I'm the copay one. But you know what? Like I say, you got a cough or whatever, man. And I just grew up in an environment that there's levels to going. I'm not going to the doctor, man, and he gonna tell me that.
castor oil.
Yeah, I can get some castor. So there's some remedies that we
Did I
can
not
take.
tell you we were programmed for one? And what was the other one I said?
What was the other one you said?
Well, think about it. I mean, it's a belief system that for a long time ago, we are supposed to be strong. We ain't supposed to go to the doctor.
you don't
Bad
get sick.
news. Did I just say that?
I ain't paying for bad news.
Afraid of what you gonna hear.
Hey, look, it ain't afraid of it.
No,
Why
no.
I'm gonna pay you for something that I feel I can fix myself?
Where else?
'Cause you're
do
not
you,
a damn
hold on.
doctor.
You,
I don't
y'all
have to
missing. Y'all missing a big
See,
point.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait,
Now, that's
hold on. For all of us who've been to the doctor,
That's food.
where else can you go and the bills are not clear? If you go to the doctor for a colonoscopy,
True.
how is it 3 years after the fact? Here come the anesthesiologist saying,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You talking about health insurance, and I get that, but I'm just saying. And G, you talking about I'm not a doctor. I got in there. Let me tell you, when I go to my diabetes doctor, man, boy, we go at it. You hear me? And let me tell you why. Because she get on me. We get into this argument about pricking my finger 3 times a day, right? And I asked her. I said, "How many times you done pricked your fingers?" She said, "Well, in my class, we did it for 30 days." I said, "I've been doing it for 365 days, and my fingers hurt. I don't want to prick it. I just don't want to." So now they got the little thing you put in and read it on it. My point is, she practicing medicine. I'm living it.
But
So that's in
I
my-
was about to say that to you. You ask her a question. How many times says she's not a diabetic? You are.
Right. So
Her profession dictates that she tells you
if I listen,
that bad news that you what?
Don't want to hear.
I don't know if it was bad news.
It is bad news. You don't want to hear. You already knew. You got to prick your finger.
She was telling me. I ain't asked her for that.
See?
I just, you know why I went to her?
Let me look in the camera.
Let me tell
Hold on. Let me look in the camera.
Rewind and press play.
Him a fool.
Okay, him fool. but G, you know why I would go to her?
What?
Cause she only give me one refill on my medicine, so I gotta go see her to get another refill. I don't want to see her.
I know you don't. Find you another doctor. That's why they have options. They tell you to go get a second opinion. What do you do?
You go get out. You
Thank
right.
you. See, you can always
hey,
find
look,
what you
that's
want.
another copay.
That's
Yeah, that's a referral too.
and a long
right.
set of paperwork you got. But still, hey man, listen, it's real. I'm in that profession, and I've seen some ugly shit happen, man.
Right.
And trust me, for me, that is one of my deterrents. I don't want to have my foot cut off. I don't want to have my toes cut off.
Yeah.
As a diabetic, and I've been in
You diabetic?
No, I'm not. But I've been in the metabolic space for over 30 years.
Okay.
Calling on his specialties, endocrinologist. That conversation that he talks about. One of my doctors told me, he said, "Man, diabetics are some of the biggest liars since Bill Clinton." Now listen, he's correct. They don't want to hear the truth because they have to stop eating what they like. They keep a log book 2 weeks before they have to go for their appointment. I'm not saying you. Get off of me.
Is
I'm
he
not
supposed
saying
to?
you.
He just ain't doing it.
Our diabetics don't do it. People with heart failure
This nigga
don't do it.
walking dead, man. What you trying to tell
We
me?
all are.
Okay.
We just ain't been diagnosed yet.
All right. I'm just
So,
Why he hit
do
you
you
like
understand
that?
what I'm saying?
because
I strike that from the record.
he don't want to listen.
Well,
Well, listen.
most people don't.
Yeah.
And that's what black
We-
men in our
we
society
rebuke
is
that.
basically what? Not wanting to listen because they're afraid of what they're going
Right.
to hear. Because it may put them down to where they can't make a living for their family, especially the older family members. Listen to this now. The older family members who were less educated, formally educated, could not afford to be off work.
What was his name? Ali's side.
Boondini
man?
Brown.
Boondini. He said 2,000 can't give up
10.
pork and then white women.
That's right. Working at Boondini Brown.
He said I might be good at pork. I can't give them the white women.
Boondini Brown. You're exactly right.
Oh man.
But again, it's real, man.
That's real. No,
The belief system, when somebody tells you something,
I can't have it. You got
you gonna
to be.
want
You gonna want it.
Yeah.
the more they
man.
tell you, the more you
That's on
want
you.
it.
Is it on me? I'm gonna drop off.
Boom.
Okay, that's me getting in the street. But why y'all don't? I mean, G, you came and confessed on it. Dan, why you don't go to the doctor?
I go.
You go?
I go, man. But I'm with you though on that copay. I think it's ridiculous, man.
I'm gonna say 10 though, cause y'all getting close.
But also,
You owe me 25.
What?
You just owe me 25.
Okay, I'll get to you later.
or they code
I
word,
see.
man.
I know.
Over
Now they got something going on the
Give
side.
me 15, man. Over
Yeah.
coding.
Can't have that. Can't have that, G.
Okay, that's for me. Dan go, and Ronnie, you say you go too, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, I'm just the only one out there then.
Well,
No, so yeah, I'm at a point in my life I don't even like needles, but they're necessity.
It's a necessity.
It's a necessary evil.
oh, I lied about something else too.
Oh, now you want to come clean.
Everybody dropping their drawers.
This is my confession.
This is my confession.
Just
Hey, man, when I went to go get my shoulder checked out,
what
they hit me with a couple of things. First of all, I had the X-ray, and it came back, showed a little arthritis, a little arthur in there. You know, okay. Then they said $1,375 for the copay.
Thank you, boy. You already 15.
$1,375 for the copay. And then they told me, I had to do the MRI. That was $1,300 for the copay for the MRI. Well, I'm claustrophobic, so I told them hell to the no, because they didn't have an open MRI, and I had to wait 6 months for that. So 6 months is coming up, so I'm getting ready to give me an MRI. Same 15, baby.
Boy, so he could get it real.
Same 15. Man, I'm claustrophobic, dude. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna have to
to
go ahead
help
and
to
give him a
help.
little
folks.
See, I'm
gonna
at
give
the
you a little
confessional.
change,
See, y'all don't tell the truth. I tell the truth.
You don't have to.
I'm gonna give you a little change right there.
You don't have to.
Wow, I mean, you just gonna slap him up like
Which one
that?
you want?
Don't slap him like
Set him
that.
up
What do you
like
want?
that.
I'm
Camera
gonna
picking
let
all
you
that
pick.
up on
Let
it.
you pick. Huh?
I'll pick one.
All right, I'm gonna let you
No,
pick.
I mean, but that's real talk. I mean, as we look at it, the healthcare, and my mama say, boy, the older you get, the dumber you act, and I believe that's true because I do some dumb stuff.
Don't we all?
Yeah, well, I'm in my own street.
In the
if you
name
wanna
of
get
pleasure, as far as eating,
yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I got on that keto, and I lost about 30-some pounds. Lil Rob, you know what I mean? Dudes want to sucker punch me.
Where did he go? Whatever, Lil Rob, man.
So, but I was Lil Rob, but then,
Nigga wanted to punch him in the stand.
yeah, want to come on the stand. So
Oh, that's
then,
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
when I was Lil
That's
Rob.
right.
Now I'm a little swollen a little bit.
He stole on him. Huh?
And then, so now I don't have them problems or whatever, but I just got to a point in my life too short for me not to, I want some watermelon. I want some apples. You know, it's some things in life that I don't.
Well, let me ask you something. The other thing is this here. A lot of times we look at a pill as a end-all be-all panacea, especially diabetics. Now, I don't want to pick on Rob, but I'm picking on that genre of a person. Simply because when you take a pill, you feel like, okay, now I can eat what I want.
Yeah.
Okay?
But you
It's a
can't.
exactly. It's a false sense of security. So when I had my physical about 7-8 years ago and my A1C was ticking up, I asked to be put on metformin prophylactically or preventatively. My A1C came back down to 5.4 and it's been down in that range because I take metformin every day even though I'm not diabetic.
Okay.
So I'm an active participant in my healthcare, Rob. How about you?
I'm an active participant as well.
Okay, I was just asking.
I'm an
How about
active
you?
participant.
Okay.
Look,
Who's play? My play?
I take my meds, man.
Is it my play?
Yeah, it's your
Okay,
play.
I was just asking.
I mean, and the other problem I got too is, you know, what's the real cost of medicine? And I go through that. Gee, I'm picking on you now since you on me.
Okay.
You know, praise be to God that,
Praise
you know,
be.
my mama take
Give me
the
15
same-
on that praise. Thank you for the worship. 15 on that. I'm Dan.
My mama take the
Twinkies.
same medicine
Twinkies.
that I take,
Well,
right? But let me just flow with it, right?
Okay.
She takes some Lantus, right? Mm-hmm. My Lantus and all that. Boy, I tell you done slipped out of there and gave me a way out of
Nowhere.
What? Won't he will?
When he will.
Twinkie.
Why you gonna just? I tell you,
Okay.
give him the game.
He gonna give it to me. You can't stop what you
Give
can't
him,
see.
give him the game.
But so Lantus, you know, gee, my mama paid $5, and we just talked about it's $1,800 for me. So
government
what's
is
the
good.
real cost of that medicine?
Who's subsidizing who?
And I'm okay with her paying the $5 or whatever because again, she had a different walk of life.
Absolutely.
But what's the real cost of the
Oh,
medicine?
Lord, am I about to get hit across the head?
You know what I mean? That's where I struggle at it, but I needed to live.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I got to give up that cane.
That's
So
the
man,
great
it's a hard battle, man.
that's a great deterrent, Rob.
Yeah, it really is
Lord have mercy.
for a little while.
The real cost of medicine is such that a lot of times, me and my profession, a lot of people come in and they sitting there for hours waiting, and I come in and I go straight back, right? And they want to know why I came and I could go back before them. And they giving me the side eyes. I come out because they had to wait, right? Well, but they also, the reason I'm there is to help them with their meds, right?
Okay.
When they ask for samples, I'm that guy.
Okay.
So it saves them money.
Whatever happened to them samples, man? They don't do them no more.
It's called government intervention.
They don't do them no more.
Now let's talk about y'all's president, y'all black president.
What about them?
He killed my industry.
What did
Cost
you
me my job,
Obamacare.
Obamacare. But would I vote for him again? Absolutely. So let me say this. You ask about the mayors. Mayors are just like on the grid, on electricity. When they form new forms of electricity or they come up with whether it's solar, whether it's on the grid or whatever, they simply pass it on to the consumer.
Wow.
They do the exact same thing.
Well,
Hold on. All their costs that they put in for the 15 years that they
I was gonna say, the
did
research.
clinical trials, the
When
research.
they don't develop something and they spent hundreds of millions.
Or
of
when they
dollars.
develop it and it's a potential $1 billion product, they pass that cost on to you and I, the consumer. It's no different than any other form of business. None. Now, the good thing is the government has come in and said now, which is going to help you, that you cannot charge people who have life-altering condition, who need something every day like food, which is insulin. You can't charge them $1,800. So you'll be able to get it.
When that start?
I'm not the government.
What week that
I'm not the
start?
government. What they're doing now is saying, hey, they're going to subsidize that big time and say, hey, they putting cost pressures on the companies now to say you can charge up to this amount for something that someone has to have to live, right? Okay? It's not like an antibiotic where you can take for a cold and typically they give us 10 days. What do? We take 5 days so
Yeah.
we feel better.
Yeah.
We
Right,
stop
and you
taking
stop
it and then
taking it.
resistance build up. So now it doesn't work next time you take it, right?
Yeah.
Typical shit that we all do. I've done it, you've done it. My plan?
Yeah. So let me. I mean, you know, I got in the streets this episode. It just been on me, you know, and I think so we didn't talk about that doctor, which y'all go to. We talked about little cost of medicine. We didn't talked about the role that the script about we can't show a little weakness or vulnerability on that. But as we sit here, we a little older, we should know better. We probably want to do better. What can we give to the audience just today, just as we part and get up on out of here, and I'm gonna finish this game up. You know, Dan, go on, man. What you want to give tonight? The gift you got for us,
Man, a gift.
that you got for us.
Hey, you know what? The gift is be true to yourself. You know what? Take time out to make sure that you find that personal space where you can love on yourself. You know, doesn't mean that you don't love your family, right? Love your family, and definitely go see that doctor. Don't worry about the copay.
I'm sending the bill to you then.
Right, we know we're gonna send that bill to Ronnie. What you gonna kick it? What you gonna give him?
I'd rather be more of known as a man than Superman. What I mean by that is, what's been thinking about it, Superman can only stay Superman so long. But me as a man, I can be that all day, every day. And I think what we've got to pass down to this next generation of young men is that it's okay to hurt. It's okay to be vulnerable.
Thank you.
It's okay to go through things. It's okay not to have the answers.
I don't have to speak then. I'm done.
That's life. That's life. You ain't got to solve all the world's answers. It ain't your job. It is not your job. I don't want to get biblical, but we're going to do this because we at the deacon's house. But Abraham was before the Lord, and they were speaking.
He said, play first, and then.
It's on you.
Oh,
Do what the Lord said. You know, the question came up, you know, and the Lord asked him, is there anything too hard for me? But then you got to go all the way to the book of Jeremiah, where Jeremiah answers that, where he says, there's nothing too hard for my God. We ain't built for this. We ain't built to be the solve of everything, end all be all. All we got to do is do our part. Just do your parts. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Gee, come on, man. He didn't kick something on us.
He put saying that. One thing that I will say is, that I like to leave with young black men is to take your rightful place. There's a rightful order to things. Part of the problem in our community is we are not present. And there are many reasons why we're not present, okay? But don't let it be self-sacrifice or crucial, so to speak, the reason you're not in that home or the reason that you're not ever present. Because now you're compounding the problem. Same problem that happened to you is going to happen to yours, and so on and so forth. Someone has to break those cycles. So you can break that cycle of not going to the doctor, as we talked about, of trying to be Superman, as Ronnie talked about. As I talked about, you know, this thing that's been placed upon us unfairly, you know, this belief system when we're younger that we have to be everything to everybody. It's unfair. So we've got to break that cycle and be vulnerable. Allow yourself to hurt. Allow people to see you hurt so that they know you're not a robot, that you are a human being like the next person, and that you hurt just like anybody else, right? So guess what? There's a kryptonite, and it's called this society. You cannot be all things to all people. And I didn't come up with that. I'm done.
So I guess to tie a bow on this, I like how you said, you know, I'm going to go back to, you know, my brother's keeper, you know, that each and every one of us at some point in our life, we need to understand that we ain't in this thing alone. You know, and I think regardless to if we're programmed or our belief system, that we're not in this alone. You know, take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there. Is what he put out there. Okay, God by you. That's going to be extra point. left Ronnie as he come through. But I really believe that we need to reach out and ask for help. And ain't nothing wrong with that. So I think in this environment and where we're at today, we need just to acknowledge the fact that we can't do it all by ourselves. Got past me, bang. And we can go from there. So that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring this to a close. We're going to focus on this episode, get this game over with. Like I always say, peace, love, and hair grease. Take whichever one you need.
Peace.
Peace.